Hello there. Happy Thanksgiving week. It's Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your families this week. Let's see. I just want to make sure that all the things are happening the way that they are supposed to. Your families this week. Let's see. I just want to. Perfect. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I will make this as brief as I can. If you know me at all, you know that I tend to blab and blab sometimes, and I just get so excited and so filled up with all the things when I'm sharing that I just tend to ramble on. So I'm going to really try my hardest to keep things concise and to the point. But certainly, if you have any questions, I'm here to answer anything that you guys have. And I will also, I can come back later and respond to any questions if you're going to be watching the replay. So my name is Megan Anderson. For those of you that don't know me, most of you, I think, have got a personal invite to join me today. So I'm super stoked that you're here, that you're taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here and spend some time with me. My name, like I said, is Megan Anderson. I've been in the health and fitness industry now for almost 10 years, which is super crazy to think. Actually, my husband and I had our own brick and mortar business for about 13 years before I just completely shifted careers and got into this new and different industry. I did not know anything about what I was doing, but I was passionate. I was passionate about doing something that had related to my health, to build a business based on the foundation of taking care of myself was essentially the bottom line. So I have my notes, so I want to make sure that I'm staying on track. And then the other thing that I was going to say too was that a lot of you already do know my story, so I don't want to take a lot of time focusing on that piece of things, because I feel like, again, I can get like really swept up into the emotion behind that. When I first started coaching, my kids were little. Like, when I saw this as an opportunity, it was really freedom. It was a time in our life when we were stressed out, burnt out. I mentioned I ran our family business for a number of years, and the kids were in daycare. I never saw them. We worked 50, 60 hours a week, and I never was home. And so it was like this culmination going into my 40s, like, what are we doing? We never see the kids. Like, what is this life for? Like, what is the purpose of all of these things, and it was a hard time. And so when the opportunity landed in my lap, essentially, I pretty much felt like I was all in from the get-go. It was something that made me feel like I could see that freedom. It would be something that would help us to relieve the financial stresses that we were having, and just build something meaningful. I love being an entrepreneur. I love being a business person. My background is in sales and customer service. So that part of things, building relationships, connecting with people, was something that I really loved. However, it was in an industry that was not my passion, and to be honest with you, I really didn't know any better. No one ever asked me, or gave me a choice. It was like, graduated high school, went to college, went into business. My father was an entrepreneur, so I had grown up in that business type environment. And so it was just kind of like, this is all I knew, right? So, and then there's pros and cons to that, right? It was like the positive side of working hard, wanting to be a business owner, wanting to feel driven and motivated and determined to have something more. But then the other side of it was that was his thing, right? This wasn't my thing, it was his thing. So I was super, super excited to be able to dive into something that was, going to bring me purpose and fill me up. I had already been a Beachbody customer for like a crazy amount of years. I want to say like 20 something years I've been doing Beachbody programs. And so I already loved those things. I saw amazing results in between each kid. I lost a bunch of weight. After having kids and all of that it was my me time. It was my sanity. It was my alone time. And I just geeked out over all the programs. It just worked for me to do my thing from home. Becoming a coach opened up all these other doors for me. I became a fitness instructor, certified with precision nutrition. I'm working on my NASM cert right now. And it really just like opened up this whole other realm of possibilities for me to really be working with other CEOs, other business-minded women, and show them what they could have and what the possibilities were behind a network marketing company. And, that was another big piece of the puzzle. When people ask me, they're like, it's network marketing, it's an MLM. I'm like, what's that? Like, I had no clue in the very beginning. But what is funny is that the business that I grew and I was a part of, we were heavy customer service based, contract service based business. So we would sell subscriptions to service contracts. We would sell subscriptions to background music and other products that we had. And lo and behold, when I found out what the business model was of direct sales, network marketing, it was a very similar parallel. I think the icing on the cake as far as a business-minded opportunity was that I didn't have to have a brick and mortar business or building rather in order to work my business. That meant I didn't have to pay rent or utilities. I didn't have to have a bunch of employees, a fleet of trucks, and service those and house inventory and all of those things that were huge headaches for our family business and what we were doing. That was not going to have to be part of this equation, that I could run this business from my couch or countertop with my kids on my own terms in pockets of my day. And I just, like, back then I saw it as just a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. Business owner, mom, all the things, freedom, worry-free, stress-free life. Like, let's build it. Let's build the darn thing, right? Okay. So being a coach is about three things. Let's just jump into some of the really nitty gritty here. Okay. This is entitled our Cash for Christmas Coach Mentorship Program. So the program will open up in December. But what I really want to share with you today is really how I build my business. What are the things that I do specifically and how you earn an income, and then how that translates to earning some extra income over the holiday season and beyond. Okay. So being a coach is about three things: living a healthy and fulfilling life, living life to your fullest potential, right? Working out, eating right, drinking your superfoods, using the nutritional supplements, focusing on your best self through so personal development, like filling your cup before you can pour into others. If you've been watching me and follow me on social media, I've been talking all this week. Yesterday, I put up a post about that, the oxygen on the airplane analogy. Like, why do they ask you to put the oxygen mask on yourself before helping others? Because you can't help somebody if you're sick or hurt or dead, right? So it's like, filling up your cup so that you can help others, helping yourself, pouring into yourself so that you can put back into others. And, probably the biggest part of what I love so much about what we do as coaches is that partnering with Beachbody, they encourage us daily to work on ourselves, to work on our personal growth. Like, you can't be the best version of yourself if you're not trying to work to improve yourself every single day. So we're picking a program that we commit to. We plug ourselves into our online groups, our accountability groups. And it's like linking arms right alongside your team and your clients, which is super fun. Number two is you're inspiring others to do the same. You're sharing the journey on social media. You're branding yourself. You're sharing the experiences and benefits that you are receiving and you are gaining by being a part of our community. A lot of who I work with are ambitious professional moms. My group right now is on fire with working moms who are getting their fitness in different times of day. We've been talking a lot about nutrition, but we're not talking about like restrictions, right? We're talking about living a healthy lifestyle. We're talking about being healthy and not pushing ourselves and having that balance. And I just am loving like the whole trajectory that's going to be heading into the first of the year. And so empowering, each other to achieve their health and wellness goals with a simple process that saves time and gives them energy and confidence. And so I'm loving that I'm seeing that. And then number three is you're supporting other people on their journey after you inspired them to join you. So you can work with people in person, online, or both. The bulk of my business and what I do has always been online. As I mentioned, we run these virtual health and wellness communities full of awesome moms like us, from the United States, Canada, UK. We hold each other accountable. We talk meal prep, mindset, nutrition, and pump each other up inside of these online communities. I also mentioned that I am a fitness professional and fitness instructor. So I'm actually getting ready to open up a local studio here in December and start teaching locally. But my plan is to also work in person with the members of my community and show them and empower them that they can live healthy and fulfilling lives in a simple way as well. So part of what makes a really great Beachbody coach is that they're also on their health and fitness journey too, being proof of the product, right? And I'll tell you that some of our most successful coaches started out off as customers just like me. They got a transformation, fell in love with the process, and then just started sharing that naturally, right? You're ultimately your own walking billboard. And the biggest part of being a product of the product is that it's super important to be able to get behind and back the programs, the products, right? Because I certainly wouldn't want you to be a part of our team if it wasn't something that you loved. Like, I still geek out over all of the things. Like, I love Shakeology. I love the pre-workouts, the post-workouts. Like, I genuinely love them. There's certainly products and things that I don't care for. You will never see me selling or sharing something that is not up my alley. And that goes with the products, the exercise work, like all the things, right? I mean, we have so much to offer. If you are already living a healthy and fit life, it's really going to be hard for you not to find something that you love, regardless. But I want you to know that it's so important for this to be a good fit for you, right? Because oftentimes I'll hear from people, well, it's icky. It's selling is icky or whatever their connotation is. And it only feels icky if you don't love it. Right? Like, it doesn't feel icky to me to tell you about this business because I love it, because it's changed my life, because I'm a different person today than I was 10, 15 years ago because of partnering with Beachbody, because of the network marketing company, because of my teams, because of my mentors, because of all the people that I've surrounded myself. My life is completely a different thing today than it was when I first started our family and all of that kind of stuff. So it doesn't feel gross. It doesn't feel icky. I genuinely love all the things that I do. And so it's just natural for me to share. I think another correlation that people miss out on is it's like, you're going to an incredible steakhouse up the street or an incredible, like to use the example of the Mexican restaurant that they just put up in the street. And because I love margaritas, I love nachos, and like, you got to try this place. Like, the guacamole is so good, right? It's just like that. If you go to an awesome place and you love it so much, you have an excellent service and a good experience, then you're going to want to share it, right? So it's just like that. Okay, so the company is going through a lot of changes, which is super exciting. I feel like for the most part, if you're here, you probably have an idea of who Beachbody is. The Beachbody company was founded in 1998 by Carl Daikeler and John Connon with the mission of helping people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy and fulfilling lives. They are headquartered in Santa Monica, California, and Beachbody is considered a worldwide leader in health and fitness. And it's interesting because like I mentioned, we're going through some changing. We're going to go through some rebranding. It's kind of a long time coming. I never really saw a negative connotation to the word Beachbody, but I think that because of all the diet culture and all the craziness out there and the trends that we're seeing, that it can be negative, right? Like, I get people that say, well, I don't have a Beachbody, or I don't want a Beachbody, right? That's not what it's about. It's about helping people live healthy and fulfilling lives, a balanced lifestyle that's sustainable forever. We're not talking about restrictions. We're not talking about crazy. I mean, they do have the crazy insanity workouts, right? And those are for the people that like to push themselves inside of their gym. But they're also those beginner workouts and yoga and meditation. And we're adding a mindset piece to the equation this year, which is so exciting. So we are now going to be called Team BODi. BODi. So that is our interactive live platform, is now called BODi, Beachbody On Demand Interactive, BODi. And so Beachbody is the creator of some of the world's most popular fitness programs: 9-Week Control Freak, 21-Day Fix, 80-Day Obsession, Insanity. I mentioned P90X. That's kind of where I got my start. And they also have developed comprehensive nutrition first programs, Portion Fix, 2B Mindset, which teach healthy eating habits and promote healthy, sustainable weight loss, right? Um, I feel like it's come such a long way. Like it started with VHSs, then they moved into DVDs. Now everything is an online streaming platform. With the addition of the Mixed Bike, we went public in 2021 and combined businesses with Mixed Fitness, Open Fit. So we have indoor bike, indoor cycling classes, and there is a ton of content. So I'm really excited for the future of fitness with Beachbody. The really thing that they pride themselves on is being ahead of the competition. You'll see in the news these other ones that are trying to play catch up and do the things, and they're never going to catch us. So that's really exciting to be a part of one of the leaders in the at-home fitness industry. And it's not just at home anymore either, right? You can take these to the gym, you can take them out, and I have people that do that stuff all the time. Okay, so I get some common fears, worries, misconceptions, and I completely can understand where a lot of these come from, but I like to address them so that we can kind of nip that stuff in the bud. Because I feel like a lot of our concerns, our fears, our stories we tell ourselves, right? Stuff that we've made up a lot of times, or it's hearsay. And I always feel like too, like what you don't know, right? So it's not really my job to like talk you into anything. It's really just my job to educate you on what maybe you have misunderstood from in the past. Like I said, Beachbody and network marketing itself has come such a long way. People are always like, oh, that's kind of like a scam or whatever. Like, it's not a scam, okay? If it was a scam, it wouldn't be in business. So, and the word pyramid scheme comes into play. Those are illegal. And so basically what a pyramid scheme is when you have, you're just recruiting people for money. There's no product or service exchanging hands. And obviously that's not happening because we have physical products as well as the online services that change hands. We have consumer to product pieces. So that's not even a thing. And the other big, really cool thing too that I love is there's all sorts of regulations now. The FCC has come into play. We get education on compliance all the time, what to say, what not to say. We certainly don't want to be represented as someone that is like, being misleading. A lot like, my first thought is like before and after photos, right? How are those doctored? How do you know what's authentic and what's not? Like there are tons of things out there that are not true and not authentic. And so Beachbody is very, very, very critical, not with the coaches, but the employees and all the other things to make sure that everything that we stand behind is 100%. Okay, so do you need to be a fitness expert? You do not. Obviously, I did not start out that way. I always tell people I went into everything backwards here. We do have successful fitness professionals and experts that are coaches, absolutely. But you do not need to have any sort of experience behind you. What the cool part is about being coaches, and maybe that's not the best word to use, right? Because you're technically a guide. You're a facilitator because the programs and the products were already created for us by experts. We already have trainers that created the experts. They're already walking through somebody a class. They're going to be cueing you. They're going to be telling you what to do. They're going to teach you how to lift weights. Like all that stuff's already been covered. And the same thing with nutrition. The nutrition experts, the supplement experts have already created and we don't have to reinvent the wheel. They've already done this, all the work for us. All we are is the facilitator. So it's just like learning your product, right? And doing it yourself and experiencing yourself. And then when you experience it yourself, then that's going to help you to be a better coach, the best guide that you can, because you're able to walk somebody through, I went through this. This is what my experience was. And so you do not need to be any sort of an expert. And I love that because I feel like for me personally, I've grown into being an expert, right? Like I didn't start off as an expert, but I grew into being an expert. Just because I've been there, I've done it, I've walked the walk, right? And then leading into the next thought is do you need to be at your goal weight? People are like, I don't know if I can coach because I'm just a brand new coach. I don't know anything about coaching. Well, the most inspirational thing that someone can do is to grab you and pull you along in your journey, right? Like do it together. And so I feel like when you're starting your journey and when you're just getting started, whether it's with your fitness and your weight loss or the business is, hey, look, I don't know what I'm doing. But I think if we do this together, we can be successful, right? Let's do this together. I'm going to document this all along the way. And I a lot of times think that's a lot more inspiring because you're being raw, you're being real. I've got these goals. this is the reason why I'm coaching. This is why I want to do this. This is why I'm partnering with Beachbody. Watch me, do it with me, and I feel like that there's something to be said about that for sure. Being unafraid to take the first step, right? And becoming a leader, really all that means is you're one step ahead of the person that hasn't started yet. So think about it like that. Like you're already a leader because you're taking an initiative to commit to something, right? You're one step ahead of where they were. So you're leading the pack. Do I have to have a large network marketing or social media presence? No. So this is funny. I had like maybe a couple hundred followers on Facebook. When I started in 2013, like Facebook was just becoming a thing. I really wasn't on it that much, and Instagram wasn't even invented yet. So literally everything that I know about social media, I've learned. And so the cool thing is that I've got not only a ton of training resources, we have a team university that I would connect you to that you would be able to learn with, but we have a lot of mentors. I do a lot of trainings on social media. Like social media one-on-one comes through Beachbody trainings. It also comes through our teams trainings. I'm part of one of the number one teams in the network. So they have their leaders have created resources for us to use, and I'm able to share those with you as well. So there's no shortage of training and learning, and like literally everything that I've done or you see me doing out there is all things that I've learned as I've come into the business. Do you have to have a lot of time to do this business? And I feel like really it's what you have. That's so individual. You do not have to have a ton of time. One of the really cool things that we do is we have a task list that we work through each day. And so if you are confidently running through your task list every day, you are moving your business forward. You are doing the necessary activities in order to grow your business. And so I would say that, if you don't have a lot of time, an hour a day, plus your workout and the hour does not have to be consecutive, right? So I mentioned when I first started, my kids were really little. So it was quite the learning curve for me to be a stay-at-home mom at the same time. Like I did not realize like what I was getting into at that point. So that was interesting. But I really didn't have a lot of time during the day when they were up, right? So I was up at the crack of dawn. I'd get in my workout. I get in a couple minutes of, making connections, checking into my groups. And then I would get some things done at nap time. But then most of my work would probably take place in the evenings when my husband was home and he could take care of the kids. And there was a lot of burning the candle at both ends back then. But I knew that I only had those times to be alone and to get what I needed to get done. And it was what I wanted, right? If you are coming in and you have a full-time job, I actually do focused trainings where we talk about time blocking. We talk about finding more time and finding more hours to your day. And we also talk about being intentional and focused with your time. So that's part of some of the training that I include as well. And so, yeah, I guess my other question is, do you have any other any concerns or issues? Like, did I miss anything? I feel like those are pretty much the basic ones. And so if you have any other questions or anything, drop those below for sure. Okay, so how do we earn? Okay, I love this one. This is so fun. Okay, so we earn a 25% commission by helping other people. So 25% commission on any products. And some is more depending on what it is. We get different bonuses for selling different products now with the mixed bike and things of that nature, and our subscriptions and things like that. But generally speaking, you make a 25% commission. You also get a 25% discount on everything as well. So apparel, product, Shakeology, all the things. The other part of making income is by growing as a leader. So adding people to your team, you will make team cycle bonuses. And I have a compensation plan video that I can drop, or send to you if you want to take it a next step. If you filled out the interested in coaching form already and you were put into my email system, you will be getting that in your inbox. So I don't like to dive into the compensation plan too deep because they explain it so much better than I can. But I'm happy to answer any questions offline regarding cycle bonuses. Just know that as you and your team grow, then your income grows. And it's not like you are making money like only if like, so for example, if I had two people that started at the same time and you guys were like neck and neck with your business when you started it, you have the ability to surpass the other person and surpass me and surpass my coaches too. So we all come in with a level playing field, and it's not like one person gets kicked back off of another. It literally means when you're working together, when you're building volume together as a team, like in order to help you be successful, I'm successful when you're successful, if that makes sense. And again, we can get into the details of that. I'm happy to share all of that with you. Essentially, as far as getting started goes, you would start off with just like a pack, like a customer would. There is no additional investment other than getting your subscription to Beachbody On Demand, which is a full year, and your choice of supplements. So now we have a lot of choices to start your pack with. Basically, the basic starts at $160 and it goes up from there depending on what you like to try. I always suggest and recommend getting a selection so that you can try different parts and pieces. You might not like everything, and that's okay. But you really won't know. Like we talked at the beginning about walking the walk, being a product of the product. Like, how do you know you will like it if you don't, get behind to try it and all that good stuff, right? So when you sign up with a pack, your sign up fee gets waived. Normally, it would be $40 to sign up, but that gets waived when you buy your pack. You get an online coach account. You get your back office where all your numbers and information is. All of your marketing is back there. You get a website, you get a business toolkit, and there is a monthly coaching fee too. So sorry, I just want to make sure that I'm reading this in order for you if it sounds like I'm a little bit staggered. So you get your back office and all the training and all the tools. Like I said, when you become a coach, you get a part of our team pages at the university that I mentioned. Everything is included. You're not paying extra for all these things. You do have a monthly membership fee. Coach membership fee is $15.95, which to me is crazy when you think about it in comparison. Like when I first invested in our business, we started our business in the year 2000, and it was like $100,000 to get it started, right? And then you compare that to something like a box gym or another sort of a franchise. You have these, you pay thousands of dollars in fees every single month to use their marketing and their branding. And for $15.95, like I mentioned, that covers your website, that covers inventory, that covers customer service, shipping, tech support. Like, it is crazy the amount of value that you get, that you can start your own business and your earning potential is limitless. What you put into it is what you will get out. The earning disclaimer is that, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of income. It really comes down to your own diligence, effort, and skill. And so it's not a get rich quick anything. It's far from that. It does take time. It does take patience. I always parallel this like with your health and your fitness, right? You're not going to be able to run outside and just run a marathon in 26 miles if you've never even jogged down the street, right? It takes patience. It takes time. It takes practice. Just like with anything new, just like any new business, with any new job that you would start, you have to learn about it, right? You have to train. You have to expect to either spend a year or more cultivating and building your foundation. Okay. It's worth it though. It's absolutely worth it. Okay. Any money questions? Any money questions? Let me see, check in the chat, see if anybody is watching live with me today. All right, no questions. Just almost at the end. How are we doing on time? Oh, half an hour. Come on. All right. So, what is it that I'm looking for? So I love being able to share my team mission. I posted this in one of my newsletters this week. Empowering women who love fitness and are looking to build a life of freedom, fulfillment, and create a legacy. In our purpose-driven approach, we pay it forward together by contributing to others through love, service, and giving to ultimately make an impact in the lives of others. So, this business, like I mentioned, it's not for everyone, and that's okay. I think that, when you're in a position where you are, stressed out, burnt out, and you're wanting more out of your life, and you see an opportunity that can change all that, as I mentioned before, it is a place where you are in control of so many things, right? And especially in a sea of uncertainty over the last couple of years, we experienced that with the lockdowns and the shutdowns, and now with inflation and all these other things. Like we, in this position as coaches, you are literally in control of the choices and how you react and how your business moves forward, right? So I am looking for go-getters who want to be a part of our team. I am getting ready to rebrand our team of next level leaders, and I'm so passionate about our mission and what it is that we can do to help moms and other women that are like me, that are looking for something more, that want to contribute to the holidays, the income that they're bringing, but they don't have the capacity to go out and look for a job or, kids, daycare, all of those kinds of things. I am looking for women who are willing to learn and grow from the inside out. And I also want women who are coachable, who aren't afraid to fail. Because when we fail and when we make mistakes, those lessons are how we get better. That is how we get better and improve and grow. This person needs to be self-motivated and have the vision and the belief of where you want to go, being positive, committed, and not afraid to take messy action. But most of all, treat this business like a business. I think for so long we had been sharing, like, I know I made so many mistakes in the past with this business. I would be, at first, when I first started, I was afraid to share the business. I was afraid of what people were going to think of me, of what I was doing, that I was not the president of our business, our company anymore. And I'm doing this and this Beachbody thing and whatever story played through my mind. And then I went into the phase of, oh, this is so easy. Everyone could do this, because I wanted everyone to be a part of this opportunity. And while that's still true, I feel like we are in a position with our specific network marketing company where we take care of health, fitness, nutrition, mindset, accountability, the community, and the financial aspect. We literally have something for everyone, and we should not ever be afraid to share what we have. Changing people's lives can happen in just a few steps with something like this. Okay, so what happens next? Essentially, you guys, like I said, if you came here today, most likely you saw or filled out my coach interested in coaching form. Okay, so the next step is that our coach mentorship is going to kick off. Oh my gosh, I don't know the date. I want to say the first is a Thursday, so we'll probably officially kick the mentorship program off that following Monday. Although I will be getting you guys all enrolled this week and after Thanksgiving, so that you can get your everything that you need ordered. You can start learning how to navigate the back office and all the different things, right? And then we will start at the beginning of December working on our first goals are to get your product paid for. And so your initial investment will be paid for, and then we'll be working towards making some additional income for you guys to be able to enjoy the rest of the holiday season with that. And then we are going to set ourselves up for a big New Year's, because everybody knows that it's the biggest time of year for people to start their resolutions. We've got new programs launching. So one of the other aspects of that is having you guys go through a new product program launch with me. I'll be starting that workout program on the 6th. So anybody that enrolls with me now will be able to get inside of that test group. We get VIP access as new coaches. So I'm really excited about that program. So the next step for you is to questions. Send me your questions. What hesitations, if any, do you have? Do you feel like this could be a good fit for you? Do you see yourself being a part of our team of go-getters? Can you see yourself as the next level leader? What does that look like for you? What can a business like this do for you and your family? I'm excited at the possibilities, and I'm excited at our future because we have so much to offer. And I'm so excited to be here, be able to share this all with you. So get with me inside of my email. Send me an email message. Let's talk about next steps so we can get you enrolled and get you set up in the team university, and we'll take it from there. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate you taking the time. 35 minutes, not too bad. And come back if you have any questions, and I will look for your emails. Thanks, guys.